I thought we'd have a quick look at FTSE and Cable this morning. As you know, right from yesterday, we were short, and I had a break point at 163.15, and also overhead there. And yesterday we were looking for a break of 163.50 as our first indicator, and that was simply a support line on a number there, but felt it was looking a bit toppy, but looking for a break there for further moves down, which is what happened. This line looks slightly like it's coming in the middle of nowhere, but if I refer it back to the daily, which I have been telling people to have a look at, it's very steep, but that was the daily line of support. It was looking toppy, and also I had this as getting a bit tired. It had flattened out, and now it's coming down nicely. And what I've also said is, you know, it has space down to 160.50, which seemed at the time a little bit optimistic, but that's really where the daily support came in from there, and that's how we got that number. So looking back to the hourly, the shorter term, that is where we are now. This morning I was saying I felt there was a lot of resistance around there, and I wanted to get short either underneath the line or maybe on a little break. It did break for 15-20 points, but again not bullish indicator down here, so indicating further, and this is that 160.50 line there, which we're targeting. You know, it might not make it. You've got to bear in mind you've got quite a lot of support there, so maybe shorts would have covered in there again if it gets up this area within a shortish period. You know, not if it's been down here first and it comes up, then it's got more likelihood to break. But if in the next half an hour, 20 minutes, it gets back up to there, you turn around and say, well, I've got resistance there, 162.50 is a number as well. Those are pointing down, still looking short on it. And on the FTSE, you may recall in the newsletter saying buying on dips, and that was my line that I've had from there. Came in there, held support there, looking for further. We did have a little bit of resistance here, as I mentioned, you know, really trying to poke up through this resistance which has been holding all the way along there. Poked up a little bit, down to the line, poked up a little bit. We were long down here yesterday, again just above the line. We were looking for 58.50. Again, looking at referring it to the daily for why we're getting the direction. We got a golden cross there, so we will be looking for a little bit. As you know, even when we were up here, I was saying this has a possibility of getting down to 55, which it did do. At that stage, it was looking quite oversold. -84 was quite low. We had support there and a little bit off screen further there, so that was a good buy area. Popped up very sharply. Obviously when it pops up sharply you do have a little worry on pullbacks, but we are looking for threatening, you know, the 58.60. there's a bit of resistance there, a bit of resistance there, a bit of resistance there. We're getting close to it. You know, FTSE doesn't always go in big moves, so you know, that's the basis of where we've been. You can probably draw a line back down there for the break, which we had there-ish, yeah. So opened above and now above the line, again helped by there. So those are the sort of indicators you know we're looking at. We are moving on in the right direction, generally being long on the FTSE, and we'll see how it goes. I'll do another update later. Thanks.